Hey guys, this is DJ Von Vertigo. Welcome to my channel. I'm actually doing this on a different gadget here. I'm on an Acer laptop, and so I'm not on my phone today. I'm going to use my phone, but I'm not on my phone. I want to do a little video because something exciting has happened. I'm sure you already know, and everybody's been talking about it already. All you record fans out there. Record Store Day has put out their list for 2026. That's going to be in April. And it's pretty exciting. Very happy to see that that's happening. And yeah, it's going to be really, I think it's a good list. DJ Van Vertigo approves. There's been lots of controversy and complaints and stuff in the past few years, I guess, for Record Store Day, but especially last year, there was a lot of controversy with that. And I'm not going to go over that, but hopefully there won't be any this time around. And there's always going to be people who are not going to be happy with it, and that's fine. But the fact that it still exists is a great thing, I think, and this is the big one. This is not the Black Friday, obviously, so it's a big list. And the only complaint I have is there's too much stuff on there that I would love to have, and so I have to really be, picky. I'm going to have to be really picky because I know what happens with me is I'll overbuy, and then I'll end up not listening to a lot of it, and then some of it I'll even sell because it's like, well, I've listened to it once or twice. Am I going to listen to this a lot more? Probably not. I like it, but do I like it enough to play it a lot? And then it ends up being a no, and then end up getting rid of it. So I don't want to go through that. Plus, I don't have a lot of room anymore. And I'm still trying to purge stuff to make room. So that's a whole other can of worms. So I'm just going to go over some of the stuff on the list that I am interested in, and hopefully I can show you some of the things. I'm not going to show you everything because you can look at the list for yourself and see what it looks like. I don't have any prices. I'm sure there is a price list by now out. This list has been out for a few days, so I'm sure there's a price list out there already. But I don't have the prices here. These are some of the things that I'm looking at, and I will tell you what I will say. I'll just say, this is the one that I want. So I'm going to just go through all the things that I think are interesting, but not necessarily everything I'm going to get. So does that make sense? And I'll tell you which ones that I would like to get. Okay. First one is Chet Baker Live in Japan. That looks really, really good to me. It looks good. And that's interesting to me. Chet Baker is usually in Record Store Day, at least the main one. You're always going to see that. You're going to see, these days, you're going to see Sun Ra. You're going to see Miles Davis. You're going to see, you may not necessarily see a Coltrane, but you'll see Ahmad Jamal these days. You'll see Sun Ra. I said that already. Probably Mingus, a Monk, Bill Evans, of course. Those are the ones you're going to see kind of all the time. So for me, a lot of those may not be exclusives. They probably, even if they say exclusive, it's most likely not going to be exclusive. And maybe there's a certain variant, but then there'll be others coming out later on. So a lot of the jazz titles, for me, okay, they get to be kind of pricey, and also I find that I will see them later, sitting around somewhere. And I can pick them up, just like that. In the Black Friday one, I can't think of it now. It's kind of like a spiritual jazz record. It was the children of. It was a Strata East release, and I was wanting that so bad, and it was gone everywhere I was going, and now I see it all over the place. So So sometimes you don't have to get the FOMO thing going. Bat for Lashes, a fleet of bats, early demos. That's one that I'm interested in. I love Bat for Lashes. It's a really great band. And I don't always pick up stuff by them, but when I do, I'm always happy and go, why didn't I get this before? So, yeah, Bat for Lashes is a very interesting indie rock band. Really love them. Blur live at Budokan. That's a question mark for me. The only reason why I think I would want to get it is because I played Budokan back in '88, and it always makes me think of Cheap Trick live in Budokan. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a good recording. So, but it's Blur live. I don't have any live Blur, so but that's one that interests me. It's not one that I said I'm definitely going to get. So, David Bowie excerpts from Outside. I'm a Bowie completist, so while I may not be overly excited about it, it's Bowie, so I kind of have to have it in my collection. um, this one interests me, so I'm definitely going to pick that up if I see it. Another one I'm definitely going to pick up if I see it is Jeff Buckley live at L'Olympia. Anything Jeff Buckley is something for me because there's not a lot of stuff out there readily available. He's got the one album that was the album that made his whole career, his short career, because he didn't live long enough to really explore where he was going to go musically. But the releases that I've got of his, I really, really like. Everything that I've gotten of his, I really enjoy. He took a lot of chances vocally, and that speaks to me as a vocalist, and I just love Jeff Buckley. In the background, you can hear my washer going. It's going through its spin cycle. It's kind of loud. Another one that I definitely would pick up is, and I have this on CD already, is the Camper Van Beethoven Tusk. That's the Camper Van Beethoven doing the Tusk album by Fleetwood Mac, but their versions of it. Hold on for 1 second. I had to mute that. I had to close the door because the washing machine was going crazy. All right. Yeah. So that's a really good record to have. I really enjoy Camper Van Beethoven's Tusk, so I probably will be picking that one up. Another person that I really, really enjoy, and I most likely will get it, is Marshall Crenshaw's Bootlegs. Great singer-songwriter. What's not to like? The next one I would get if it's available, because last time it flew out the door. Is our friends Dada's El Subliminioso, whatever it's called. So that's on my list if I can get it, because last time I was not able to get it because it went out the door like that. So we'll see what happens. Flying Lotus is interesting to me, but it's questionable for me. It's not their absolute best record by Flying Lotus, but Flying Lotus on vinyl is always good to have. Kind of like progressive hip hop, jazz, whatever, really cool stuff. The next two, definitely. Ghost Funk Orchestra live. I don't have any live stuff by Ghost Funk Orchestra, and they're exactly what you would think. They're a funk band, very progressive funk band. More like psych funk band, really cool stuff. And Ghost Note, which is a band that I talked about in Black Friday when they had their last record, the last record that they had released, Swagism, they're releasing, and I'm really, really excited about that. So I want to get Ghost Note because I've seen Ghost Note live, and they're wonderful. But their records are really, really great. So I'm going to be really happy to have that in my hands. Ghost Note. The last record that they had was phenomenal. The first record that came out of theirs, and they've released it for Record Store Day. Phenomenal record. I just love Ghost Note, and I'm into bands like that, and like Snarky Puppy and Lettuce and yada yada yada. Soul Live. I love Ghost Note. Another one, if you guys are fans of Thievery Corporation, you might be interested in Gotan Project, and that's the best of Gotan Project. I'm getting a phone call. Be right back. Yeah, Gold Time Project, really good record, a really good band, I should say. And this is the best of Go Time Project. Let's see if I can show that to you. It's not coming up too clearly. I don't think I'm going to have much luck with this because I can't see it. So if I can't see it, you can't see it. There's too much glare. It's Go Time Project anyway, so you can't really see the name. So I'm not going to do that. Forget that. Technology. I'm getting through this list anyway. So next up, another record that I think is very interesting is Joe Henderson live, and then Ahmad Jamal live. I think that's really cool. Joan Jett live at the Ritz. I'm teetering back and forth on that one. I don't have any. The only live Joan Jett I have is on extra tracks on CDs of hers, and live at the Ritz. And the Ritz is a club that was my old haunt back in New York City. I used to go there like all the time. I was there all the time dancing and seeing bands and all that kind of stuff. So that would be an interesting thing for me to have. So I'm thinking about it. Another one I'm thinking about is Quality Control 30th Anniversary by Jurassic 5. Some people don't know who Jurassic 5 is. Jurassic 5 is a really cool hip-hop band that a lot of people don't know. And they have one of the rappers on the record is somebody I interviewed about maybe 8 years ago, something like that. Charlie Tuna. He's so good. He's one of my favorite rappers. So that might be something I think about. Definitely the next thing is Shaka Khan's Naughty. I already have an OG, but it's a Record Store Day remaster, so I have to pick that up. That's definitely a good one. A lot of people had asked me, like when I was on the Wax stream the other day, Mazzy had asked about that record and didn't know anything about it. And he actually asked me what the singles were, and I never said anything. They song Black Butterfly is a great song. Chanson Papillon. It's called Papillon. Yeah. And also the big hit was Clouds. And there's one other single on that record. There were three singles that came off that record, but I can't think of it right now. But Clouds was huge on the dance floor, and it could still fill the dance floor to this very day. It's a great song. It starts off the record because it starts off with Thunder and Lightning, or Thunder, I should say, not lightning, because you can't see anything. Thunder, and then the music, the dance beat comes in, and then she starts with this chorus of clouds and all this kind of. It's really cool, really great stuff. Another one is Abby Lincoln. That's him. That's her doing like standards, I believe. And if you want to hear some great jazz singing, even that style, I mean, her jazz singing on her later stuff to me, I find more interesting for me. But Abby Lincoln was always a good jazz singer, even when she sang like the standards. And this is more standards kind of stuff. I like when she gets more esoteric and more poetic and deeper. I like the later Abby Lincoln. I prefer the later Abby Lincoln. But this is still good because all Abby Lincoln's good. So I'm thinking about that one. One that I definitely want to pick up, and I'm sure it's going to be around and you can get it later, but I want to hear it now. I don't care. It's the first record he's had in studio recording in 8 years. It's called Bright Side. It's by Ziggy Marley. That's definitely on my list. Definitely. Great reggae pop singer, because I consider him a reggae pop singer because his stuff is not purely reggae. He's not roots. He has some roots at times, but a lot of times he gets into the pop place, but he's very good at it. He's very good. He's wonderful at it. And you know what I say? I don't like quasi reggae. Well, this guy can do. His stuff is not quasi reggae. He's the pop artist, but he has a reggae feel to it, but it's real. You can feel it, and that's what I like about Ziggy Marley. Freddie McGregor, one of the greatest vocalists in the reggae genre, is a record called Showcase. That's something to consider. If you want to hear some great singing, he was very soulful, much like Toots from Toots and the Maytals, and those kind of. Just amazing vocalist, Freddie McGregor, so great. This next one I'm considering. I'm gonna stream it first to make sure it's something that I really have to have, because sometimes the remixes is just few songs. Sometimes I don't like remix records because they don't have that many tracks, or maybe several of the tracks of the same song in different remixes, and that kind of bores me a little bit. But I'm going to check it out. I'm going to see if I can find it and see if I can stream it. It's My Life with Roadkill Cult. I think they're one of the great kind of post-punk, dancey, dark, almost gothy indie bands, and I just love them. I've seen them several times. They're so much fun. They're so bizarre and just very different. Sinister Whispers is the name of the record, so that's the kind of thing. Anderson .Paak, another hip hop artist. Anderson .Paak, one of my favorite of the young ones. I don't like too many of the newer rappers. I just don't care for them. I don't care. Just don't like them. It's just not my thing. But Anderson .Paak, great. He can rap, he can sing, he can compose, he can play instruments. He is a true artist, and I really do dig a lot of things that he has to say. And I just like Anderson .Paak. He's Malibu. Malibu is the record, and it's a 7-inch box. So I'm thinking, oh no, I'm not that one. I'm not gonna get. I don't do box sets 7 inches because I don't really buy 7 inches that much. So I see them out all the time. I saw the Far Side one. I saw the De La Soul one. Even the Prince one that was in Black Friday. I didn't get it. And I'm a completist with Prince. But if someone gets it for me, I'll take it. But I'm not a 7-inch purchaser, and I don't play singles that much. I mean, I have singles, but I'm very specific as when I buy individual singles. But as a singles box, I'm never going to listen to it. I mean, I may. And for me, the Prince one would be nice one to have in my collection, just to have it in my collection, but I didn't buy it. So, hint, if anybody wants to buy me a birthday or Christmas present and have a box set of the Prince Around the World in a Day, I'll take it. Thank you. But I'm not going to run out and, I feel like it's a money grab to some degree. Pixies live in Newport. I get all the Pixies live records, so that goes without saying. Moving on. Have to have it as Pixies. Corinne Bailey Rae live at Webster Hall, which is actually formerly the Ritz in New York City. And so I've seen her live. She's phenomenal live. You would think that she'd be boring, maybe. No, she's a lot of fun, and she's very interesting. I saw her with Joss Stone. It was a doubleheader, Joss Stone and Corinne Bailey Rae, and she opened, I believe, and she was just, she killed it. Romeo Void, again, goes without saying. That's on my list for sure to pick up. Live, 1981 to 1985 is live. The greatest hits live. So it's just them doing all their hit songs live. So yeah, that's definitely on my list to pick up. Next one to pick up, Snarky Puppy, Ground Up Festival. That's live at Ground Up Festival. Snarky Puppy, another one that's a no-brainer for me. Definitely want to do that. The next one I think is interesting, but I'm not going to do it because I know it's going to be expensive. And I might just get the CD set, and I'll tell you why. Bruce Springsteen live at Asbury Park. I know that's going to be good. It's 5 LPs, and there is a CD set version of it. I probably will pick up the CD set later on. And the reason why is because I have a lot of Bruce Springsteen. I bought the Tracks box set. I have yet to listen to all of it still. Okay? Still. So, what does that tell you? Do I really want to buy 5 more LPs that are going to just sit there? No, I don't want to do that. And there's nothing against Bruce, because I love Bruce. I love him. Yeah, so I'm going to skip that one. But I think that if you're a Bruce Springsteen lover and you do listen to everything and you're very diligent about listening to your records really quickly, I stay so busy. It's really hard because I have my radio show, I have my band, I have work, I have a lot going on, so I don't have a lot of time to, I'm taking this time really quickly to do this. That you haven't seen me in a while, right? So it's hard for me. So that's why I have to be very careful what I purchase. Joe Strummer, I would love to have this one, but it's questionable. We'll see. Global A Go Go. I have that on CD already, and it's very good. So I'm considering it. I'm considering it. It's not the one I absolutely have to have, but I'm considering it. Talking Heads is another one. Demos. I bought the last one that had the demos on it. So there's more demos, I guess. And I'm not sure if I want to do that. We'll see. I haven't got all my other studio recordings of Talking Heads yet still. So do I want to get demos instead of getting, their regular recordings that I don't have on vinyl? I don't know. Well, I'll have to think about that. When I get there, I'll see. Thievery Corporation. I've been kind of always iffy on buying Thievery Corporation, and every time I buy Thievery Corporation, I'm so happy I did. The recordings are so well recorded. They're beautifully done. The packaging's always done well. They're a great band live, and their music is so interesting and unique. When you're getting a Thievery Corporation record, you're not getting a run of the mill. You're getting something very unique and beautiful. And yeah, so I'm definitely doing that. I'm also and that's Culture of Fear is the name of that one. I don't know anything on that one, so it's going to be a whole surprise to me. This is the first one that I don't really know the album. I've seen it, but I've never heard it. Okay, I have just a few more left. Two more that I definitely will have to have in my list. Have to pick up, if it's there. And that's Jazz Dispensary. And also, I always get that. And Stax Killer Bees. I'm getting another call. I'm back. I promise you, this is it. Stax Killer Bees. I don't even know what's on it. I don't care. It's stacked. It's wonderful. Oh my gosh. So Stax Killer Bee. I hit the thing by mistake. This is a glitchy video. Hey, you know what? I can't be perfect all the time. Anyway, Stax Killer Bees. It's probably got Isaac Hayes on there. It's probably got maybe Otis Redding. I don't know. It's got all the great Stax stuff, the Marquez, and all the good stuff on there. So I think that's going to be an exciting compilation to have. Stax Killer Bees. I hope they have it at Daddy Cool. I'm going to be working at Daddy Cool for Record Store Day. So I'm not going to be able to pick up everything right away. So I might miss out on a few things because I have to let the customers go through the store first before, if I'm working it, if I'm helping people, I can't be out there shopping. So I'm going to just wait till everybody else has shopped, and then I'll hopefully, when the dust settles, I'll be able to go do my little shopping. So hopefully I'll get everything I'm looking for. And the final one, and I'm not sure if I want it or not, but I've been hearing this name a lot, and it interests me in jazz. Mal Waldron, Stardust and Starlight. Sounds interesting. I asked Rob the Wax about that, and he didn't know too much about it, but he had heard of it. And he recommends Mel Waldron a lot, and I think that would be a good one to check out. So those are the ones those are my, and there's lots of other stuff on there that I thought, I passed on a lot of stuff. I passed on the Brandy Carlisle, I passed on a lot of different stuff. I thought it was interesting that they had En Vogue again, another En Vogue album on vinyl. I just thought it was very interesting. And, I guess that sells. I don't know. I was very surprised to see those because I was trying to figure out what buyers would buy the En Vogue stuff, but I guess people would do that. I'm not knocking because I have En Vogue stuff myself, so I'm not no shade on that. I'm just saying, I was very surprised that record store day would have two record store days in a row, back to back, would have an En Vogue release. I was very surprised, so that's interesting. So it's a very diverse list, and that's what's cool about that. And that's why I brought that up. It's a very diverse list. It's all kinds of stuff. I mean, when people, I think some people who are real purist about vinyl and buying, stuff, they go, oh well, I'm going to buy soul stuff. I'm going to buy like the Otis Redding stuff, the Sam Cookes, the Curtis Mayfields, and that's all great stuff, and I have that stuff, but when you talk about like a modern R&B artist, soul artist, or group, some people go, and when En Vogue came out, they were a very important band at the time when they came out. They were very interesting. I mean, they brought back the idea of a really good girl group. I mean, they were really good together. So, you can't turn your nose up to something like that. I mean, they were really, 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 really good singers, so, and they had great harmonies, incredible harmonies. And they had really big hits, huge hits, so they were very hot at the time when they were hot. So, and I think they're back together, I guess. So and maybe that's why they're putting out the En Vogue stuff, because they are back together. So anyway, enough of that. Focusing on just one group. I don't want to focus on one group like that. But anyway, that's my list. At least that is my list today. I'm not doing another video about it. So, but I may talk about things later on when I'm on streams and stuff, about maybe things that I saw later. Because every time you look at the list, you find something else. I mean, I realize that you look at the list like 3 or 4 times, and then the 5th time you see it, there's like two other titles that you go, oh, I didn't even notice this one, or I didn't realize what this was about, or something like that. So anyway, it may change, but that's mine at this point. And give me, in the comment section, let me know what you're going to be kind of frothing over. Or if you're gonna, or if anything, if nothing interests you, let me know about that too, and tell me why. Give me your top 5. I don't know, whatever, if you feel like it. Anyway, have a great day. Keep listening to great music, and Record Store Day is here. Yeah, it's coming, April. All right, take care, guys.